Same toy again. Same toy, different day. We're on a Monday today. Yes. Do this with him every day. 15-20 minutes. He gets to go downstairs. He gets his walks. Gets to have a good hour off lead. Or a good walk. It just depends if there's anywhere to let him off. But he's always played in the house, despite whether he's had a walk or not. Because it's like kids, if you just took them out to park or something, and that's it, they just sat there colouring for the rest of the day, they'd be fed up. You know, so you've got to give them some stimulation. Even if it's just a little bit of something, throwing a ball in the house, up and downstairs. Sometimes we do that. He'll be stood at top, and I'll be stood at bottom. And I'll chuck the ball up to him, and then he'll just knock it down. And then I'll throw it back up to him, and it's just that. And he'll try and catch it. He does catch it most of the time, but sometimes he don't because of my throwing. It's just something to just keep him busy. Keep the weight down, you know. Watch the portions. Measure the portions out. You know, don't just guess and think, oh yeah, you know, this is right. Ask at the pet supplies what you should be feeding him. And the amount, or her, sorry. You know, you need to get the food right as well. It all has to tie in. You can't just take them out for exercise and not feed them right. You know, feed them 3 hamburgers a day and think, oh, they're going out for an hour, they'll burn it off. Dogs aren't like us. They don't burn the food. They don't burn the food like we do. You know what I mean? So they've got to be constantly played with. I'd say this breed, you know, if you've got like a little chihuahua, I think they just probably need a run around the house. I've never had one, but I'm thinking they would. And it speeds like greyhounds. What I was really surprised. I thought that they'd be a really active breed. But after they get to 4 years old, you know, when they retire them, if they're running them, they just need half an hour. And then they're knackered. But I wouldn't give them just that half an hour. I'd be in the house playing with them. You know, so you can't just get a dog and expect it to walk itself. You've got to put the effort in, you know, from being a puppy up until old age. You know, when they're getting older, they slow down. But if you've got the shape there already, you know, that helps build it for the future. You know, because if you've got a dog that's overweight, you know, you need to be seriously looking about ways to get it down. And I'm not being nasty. Like I said, I have big dogs. And, you know, I just didn't realise it was taking years away from the lives. And like I said, they've lived till 14 and 13 and a half. But I could have got them to 18. If I'd have not looked after, but fed them a proper diet. You know, but like I said, when I got Tyson, well, it's been past 3 years ago, so 15 years before that, there weren't all the raw feeding about. Well, there was, but there weren't knowledge of it because there were no internet and that. So, but now people's no excuse. I'm not saying just raw feed. Feed what you can, what, you know, your budget. But raw feeding, it doesn't have to be expensive. You know, you can do a little bit. Even if you can't do the whole raw feed, do a little bit. Do what you can, you know, to help that dog. Because it does, it saves vet trips, it helps the teeth, it keeps them in shape. Like Ragnar's weight stayed more or less the same in the past 2 years. He's got a lovely trim tuck, he's got a lovely waist on him, and he's got a lot of muscle definition. And that is the raw feeding. Whereas when my dogs was on tinned, they weren't seeing this nice waist. Yeah, they could still run, but they weren't half as healthy. They had broken teeth, and, you know, when they were getting older, you know, they didn't have... I thought I was doing the best by them, you know, by just feeding them, walking them, you know, but I had to give them the best quality food I could afford. And that's what it's about. It's not making anybody feel bad. Like I've said, as long as the dog is being fed. But try and walk them better and try and give them bit more quality food, especially if you're eating quality food as well. You know, I put my dogs first. He will eat better meat than me, and I don't care what anybody says. He can't do nothing about it. He can't exactly go to the shop and, you know, order his own food, whereas I can control my weight. And the only person who can control Ragnar's weight is me. So, you know, I've got to keep his weight down, and I've got to work at it every day to keep him slim, trim. You know, you've got to, if you love your dogs, you do anything to keep them trim. And like I said, I am not having a go at people who's got bigger dogs. I understand there's a lot of reasons why they've got bigger over the years, nurturing them at an early age. I'm not having Ragnar done. I'm not studying him. I'm just not putting him through an operation where I've seen and heard, I've heard of dogs passing away on the table, like of heart attacks and stuff, because when they come round, their owner's not there. You know what I mean? So, and these dogs at 2 or 3 are passing away for a routine, well, not a routine operation, but an operation just because everybody says it's the right thing to do. You know, and then I had my girl spayed too young. She had lots and lots of infections. And then they say it'll cure testicle cancer and ovarian cancer. But then both my dogs had cancer anyway. You know, so it doesn't cure all cancers. So it's like I'm not putting him through an operation just because somebody has said it's better for my dog. You know, he's a calm dog. If I had him any calmer, he'd be asleep. He's a good dog. I can imagine if he were like, but I still don't think it works. Because my other dog were a bit crazy. I loved his personality though, and I worked with it. Because if I hadn't to work with it, he'd have been either put down or a pass-along dog. Sorry if I'm talking quick. And I had him done thinking it'd help him, and it didn't do anything. The only thing it stopped is him roaming. You know, looking for females. Ragnar's not even interested, always bothered about his toys. Oh yeah, yes, he don't move for females just yet. No, not just yet. He's just bothered about toys anyway. Please just keep your dogs trim, and I'm not saying it just because Ragnar's trim. You know, I felt bad when I had big dogs. I tried my best to get him slim, and I did. I got him slim down. But then I was going back to old habits, just giving them the same food. So no matter how much exercise I give them, if you're not changing the food and doing anything about that, it's just not working. You need to combine the two together. Anyway, always ask your vet, because I'm not an expert. This is just what I've known over the years. You know, so when changing the diet and the like walking routine, if you want to do some treadmill exercise with them, or flirt pole, let's say for staff's not for little like poodles going on flirt pole, you know, or bulldogs or something like that, because you know they're just they could slip the discs and things, little Dachshunds and bulldogs, and dogs prone to hip dyslexia. I can't even say it. So yeah, always consult your vet if you're changing the diet. Vets don't agree with raw, so I'd ask at one of your pet places. The only like local one I know is because they won't have any healthy options where you live, because there's only like 2. There's one in Bacup and one where I live. Pets at Home, they should tell you everything. They'll weigh your dog and tell you everything you should be feeding it, and they'll advise you with raw. Like I said, even if you want to start off with a bit of raw, a bit's better than nothing. And the bone broth, I swear by it. You know, all the details are on the internet. That's really good. Don't give them the bones though. No cooked bones. You know, that's another important thing. Anyway, we're going now. So, let's get with the video sausage. So if I've bored you peeps, just let's get them dogs trimmed down. Have a nation of healthy dogs instead of people saying we've got a nation of fat dogs. I love them all anyway. I wouldn't care if, well, I would, because that would be bad on me. It's a reflection on me if my dog's not well and well taken care of. You know, we're killing them with our kindness. We're not realising we're doing it. Anyway, this is quite too long now.